good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to News Talk with yours truly, Chris Ano, the anchor man. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight with a very special interview that I bring to you all the way from ground zero. I want to believe that this interview is going to quell some doubts as to who was behind the killings. The massacre, it should be called, that took place in MAMFE on November 6th. Please, as usual, before I come to you proper, I would like you to go ahead and hit your share button. Let us quickly get the platform populated. And if you are watching by way of YouTube, please go ahead and do the same. Hit your share button and let everybody out there know that the anchor man is not live, is alive indeed. So please, if you are also watching by way of Facebook, go ahead and hit that share button. Let us quickly get everybody rallied around this revealing broadcast interview today. I'm going to be bringing you my interviewee from Ground Zero, who was a victim, ladies and gentlemen, from the MAMFE massacre. I'm going to be bringing you two monologues tonight, all about what transpired in MAMFE on November the 6th. And of course, I have a guest here who will be weighing into these events. And among that, we're going to be talking about some other developments from Ground Zero. Kumba was hot. Kumba was hot today. And I'm going to be bringing you a little tidbits about what took place in Kumba today. The anchor man is here. Please do not touch your remote. I will be right back in a few seconds, but go ahead, continue to hit that share button. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, I asked you to stay on hold. You dropped the phone?
Yes, I did. I did. I did wait.
Okay. All right. I will call you back. Just stay by the phone and stay there. And when you are talking, be audible, okay? Because it tells that your voice there low now.
Okay, okay.
Okay. All right. All right, all right. Thanks for staying put, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and I'd like to say good evening to all of you tuning in from across the globe, from where we call Ground Zero, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and of course, every Ambazonian out there in the diaspora, from Europe, from the South America, Canada, the Middle and the Far and the Near East, all the East. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It is very, very exciting to be with you today, and I want to believe that this is going to be very inspiring and educative. Thanks for tuning in, and please go ahead once more. Continue to hit your share button. We're not going to be wasting time in this broadcast because I came to you a little late. But for those who are not yet on the platform, for those of you who are already there, I'd like you to go ahead and quickly hit your share button. Let the people join the broadcast. And while we do that, I'd like to take you to Kumba, ladies and gentlemen, where a lot took place in Kumba today. There was an interesting event in Kumba today. Recall that the colonial officials in Kumba have been trying to shut down ghost towns in that city. Last week, they went around the city shutting down shops of people who did not turn out on Monday to open their shops and to disrespect what we call ghost towns, a phenomenon that we started since the beginning of this war. And so last week, the colonial officials in the city of Kumba had a meeting in which they rallied all commercial leaders and administrative leaders in that city together into a meeting and declared that beginning last Monday, ghost towns must come to an end. And so they gathered the taxi drivers executive, Okada drivers executive, tipper drivers or executive, and all the service heads that you can imagine in the city of Kumba, including chiefs and sub-chiefs into the city. And again, the agenda was about shutting down ghost towns, shutting down ghost towns. And so, trying to implement that decision, last Monday, they went around the city of Kumba, shutting down shops of traders who refused to open up. The same thing happened today, Monday, another ghost town day, where colonial officials were seen going around, making the rounds in the city from Three Corners to Fiango to downtown Boya Road, main market in Kumba. And even I understand the shops and the vendors along the streets and along the roads in Kumba. The colonial officials were going around shutting those who did not open, sealing the shops that were not open. And then I also understand that shops that did not open last week, they had to pay, I think I understand, 25,000 francs for those shops to reopen only today, Monday. Then those vendors by the roadside who refused to open, they were made to pay, I think, 2,500 francs, I believe, before they could open the next day. So they are about trying by all means possible to shut down ghost towns in Kumba. However, something happened in the downtown Kumba, precisely at the main market in Kumba, where I understand a gunman, an amber fighter, walked into the Kumba main market this morning around 8 a.m. and began firing in the market. The colonial officials were actually in the market at that time with the Cameroon Colonial Army. The gendarmes, the police, they were there in the market trying to seal the shops that were not open and to open those they sealed last week, for which money was paid for their redemption. So, as they were carrying on the exercise, a gunman and amber fighter walked into Kumba main market, ladies and gentlemen, and began firing. Come and see the commotion inside Kumba main market. Everybody, including the colonial forces, gendarmes, police, they started scattering away, running helter-skelter with guns in their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the colonial officer, divisional officer, Ndong Chamberlain, was in the market. I am told that he ran into a vehicle that did not belong to him. He ran into somebody else's vehicle to hide himself. And his own gendarmes and the army and the police who were there to protect him, they ran away. Helter-skelter, and Kumba main market was shut down. Kumba main market was shut down today. And the colonial divisional officer in Kumba missed it narrowly. I was talking to somebody who witnessed the event today, and it was quite an interesting scene in that main market in Kumba. The market was shut down, and ghost towns took its turn. Downtown Kumba in Fiango, Fiango area, all the way up to three corners and stuff. People were still being forced to open their shops and disobey ghost towns. But what took place, ladies and gentlemen, in Kumba main market, it's only a foretaste. It's only a foretaste of what lies ahead, of what is to come. We keep on encouraging everybody inside Kumba. We understand that most of you are going out and opening your shops just for the fear of what the colonial officials may do. But I have said to you again and again and again, please, 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 ghost towns are not going anywhere. If a lone gun amber fighter could step into Kumba main market and chase away the colonial soldiers, the colonial police, and the colonial gendarmes, including their colonial officer, just imagine when a dozen of amber fighters step into Kumba in the coming days. Imagine what will happen. And look at the colonial officials running with their lives. And they are forcing you into harm's way. They want you to get into the markets, into the shops, and do business as usual. And when they come after you, those same colonial officials will not be there to say a thing. Let what happened today let what happened today shine your eyes as to what lies ahead. Ghost towns are going nowhere in Kumba. They will reign and they will reign until this war is over. It is the only symbolic thing we have on ground zero that tells the world there is war in Amazonia. And we will enforce it everywhere on ground zero until this war is over. And so if you live in Kumba, please, if your shop has been shut down, don't mind going there. Let them shut down every single shop inside Kumba. Nobody will ask them to go open them. Because when they shut down every single shop, ladies and gentlemen, they too need your business. They too need to come and buy from you. They need the food. They need the drinks. They need whatever, the groceries that you sell. They will have need for it, and they will have no choice but to open those shops. But let me tell you, if those shops are open and business as usual, and you think business as usual can go on in Kumba, we will stop it. What happened today was only a foretaste of what lies ahead. That a lone gunman will get into Kumba main market, and the colonial officials will run helter-skelter to the extent of rushing and hiding in somebody else's vehicle. That was in Dong Chamberlain today. In Kumba, bigger days, greater days lie ahead. But there were some injuries, a lot of injuries sustained as people tried to run. Some ran into Okada machines and they were severely hurt, sustaining severe wounds. I have some pictures here. They are so gory, I cannot show them to you because they are not good for television. But I must tell you, they do not look good. It was bad. It was bad inside Kumba. It was bad inside Kumba. I can only show you one image here that I'd like you to take a look. That was coming from Kumba today. That came out of that stampede, pandemonium inside Kumba today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the other images are just so bad. They are not good for television. I cannot bring you those other images for the nature of them. But it wasn't good in Kumba today. And again, I just hope that everybody in Kumba, especially the traders, they learn their lesson from what happened today. And I conclude this by saying again, ghost towns are not going anywhere inside all of Amazonia. What colonial administrators are trying to do in Kumba, they're wasting their time. They are wasting their time. If one gunman can chase them away, then just imagine when we send a battalion inside the city one of these days. I'm appealing to you, if you are a trader, the only way you can save your goods and save your shop is please stay away from it. Stay away from it. If your shop is shut down, stay away from it. Don't worry. Don't hurry to go get it open, because you get it open and the day that the boys show up, those shops may go down. You yourself may go down. That is what lies ahead. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will be coming back in the next 1 minute. When I come back, I'm going to bring you my exclusive guest. For tonight. Again, my guest will be joining me from Ground Zero. And of course, that comes with my monologue. Please stay tuned. Don't touch your remote. Instead, go ahead, keep on hitting that share button.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put. At this moment, I will be bringing you my monologue for tonight. This is the first one. The second one will be coming to you. And again, this is about what happened, uncovering, unraveling, ladies and gentlemen, what happened in MAMFE, precisely Igweko, I don't know the right pronunciation there, on November the 6th. The November 6 killings in MAMFE send shock waves through the nation, leaving behind a trail of grief, confusion, and anger. As speculation ran wide, various theories emerged, each attempting to assign blame for the tragic event. While the Republic of Cameroon's government officials swiftly blamed Ambazonian fighters, the subsequent revelation that the person they claim was dead is actually alive raises questions about the credibility of La République du Cameroon's narrative. In the midst of conflicting accounts, a first-hand witness named Juliana emerges, shedding light on the incident and challenging the official version of events. In this exclusive interview we are about bringing to you, Juliana, a victim of the MAMFE killings, courageously steps forward to share her account, providing a crucial perspective and raising important questions. Her presence at the scene of the tragedy grants her a unique insight into the events that unfolded on that fateful day. As we delve into Juliana's testimony, it becomes apparent that the government's claim, La République du Cameroon government's claim, that the Ambazonian fighters orchestrated the massacre becomes questionable at best, while acknowledging that rogue Ambazonian fighters have engaged in criminal activities such as abductions and ransom demands. We must also admit that the scale of the MAMFE killings is beyond what has been observed in previous incidents involving Ambazonia fighters. The magnitude and brutality of the attack, coupled with the absence of prior instances of such large-scale violence, cast doubt, ladies and gentlemen, on the plausibility of the government's narrative. Juliana's perspective, backed by her personal experience, highlights the need for a more thorough investigation into the incident. The Cameroonian government attempted to shift blame by parading individuals wearing military uniforms of their own, allegedly from Rwanda, Niger, Nigeria, and Mali, suggesting their involvement in the MAMFE killings. However, these allegations lack substantial evidence and appear to be part of a larger narrative promoted by the Cameroonian authorities. The media and some human rights organizations, albeit reluctantly, accepted the government's version due to a lack of alternative information. Juliana's testimony challenges this complacency, urging us to critically examine the government's claims, La République du Cameroon government claims, and demand a more comprehensive and unbiased investigation. Juliana's account serves as a reminder that only those who were present during the killings can provide an accurate depiction of the events. This emphasizes the necessity of protecting witnesses and ensuring their safety. Juliana's decision to remain anonymous underscores the real threats faced by individuals who challenge official narratives in conflict-ridden areas like Ambazonia. It is therefore crucial to create an environment that encourages witnesses to come forward, share their experiences, and contribute to the pursuit of truth, ladies and gentlemen, and justice. And that is the talking point. Now I will bring to you in the next second Juliana, who is joining me from a location I will not be disclosing to you. Stay tuned.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com.
Hello?
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before.
All right.
Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our
You
extensive
should
reach
speak
and
louder,
dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages
Hello?
during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our
Yes,
social media
all right.
platforms, reaching an
Get
even
your-
wider
your
audience.
phone-
Don't miss
I'm
out
getting
on
you
this
clear right now.
opportunity.
Hold on.
Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, I bring to you now my guest who is joining me from a location that we are not willing to disclose for her own security and safety. Our guest was one of the victims of the MAMFE massacre. She was sleeping in peace in her own home in the vicinity of Egweko, and broke into her home and almost killed her. I will allow her to tell her own story. And again, for security reasons, we are not revealing her identity to you, and we are not revealing her her image also. But I have her on my screen. But again, the screen is blurred to the effect that you are not able to see her face. But this is something we have done, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached out to the media. Any media house that would love to interview her, we will be willing to reveal her contact for any media house that may want to hear her story. So the only reason we shove her face is for her own security and protection. Hello, Juliana.
Hello.
All right. How are you doing today?
I'm a bit better.
All right. Wonderful. You don't need to tell us where you are. You don't need to call your name. You don't need to call anybody's name unless I ask you to do so, okay?
Yes.
All right. Now, the event, and if you want for talk for pigeon, feel free for talk for pigeon. If you talk for grammar, that is okay too. Now,
Okay.
let's go to the event of November 6th. That was Sunday night breaking Monday morning, November the 6th. Am I correct?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Wona House, a day in the vicinity of Igweko where the incident took place. Am I correct?
Yes, ma.
What were you doing when your house was broken into? What were you doing?
I'll be sleep. I'll be sleep. So it won't be towards 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock so for night. I'll be there with my boyfriend. So my boyfriend come out say make he go east himself. As he go now, we'll go east himself. Stay, he no come back. Stay, he no come back. As she don't go room, I ask myself, say, but wait if he happen where he come out say he go peace. Then up to now, he never come back. I say, ma come for outside to ma go find out where it happen. As I just come out inside my room, I just reach for parlor so. I want to see they just push door so. Enter so. He told me for parlor so now so. One man just enter so. As I want look his face so. He just mash me so. On my ribs and so. And so I fall down so jam my head. So as I fall down jam my head so it passed now to go towards side for room. I fall now I know if you know way it happen again. I did it for quite a small short time. That way
So you mean say as you fall down, your senses they get mixed up, you get confused.
Yes.
Okay.
So that way I wake up now as blood be there for my face. As I wipe my face so I look people the way they did for my front. I see now all people the way I know them.
Oh.
We be there now. This boy.
Oh, hold on. As you lie for floor, you open your eyes, you look the people where you see them, now all people where you know them.
Yes.
How many of them?
Them 4.
Now the 4 that the one them where you be know them. If you add all the people where you be fit for Siam, around how many of them altogether?
They be there almost them going to them 8. But I recognize only 4.
So they were like a total of 8 people, but you be feel recognized 4.
Yes.
These 4 where you be feel recognize them, now where you don't see them before.
Now boys the way they be there for this struggle, they don't live on. They around now, they ride Okada.
Okay, so in other words, those people where you recognize them, they were former Amazonia fighters.
Yes.
Okay, so they broke the house, entered into the house, hit you, you lie on the ground, and what happened?
As I lie on the ground, so I stay small time, I sense don't come back small out. I wake up, as she don't so I wipe my face, so I wipe that blood. Now I want to look and see now 4 of the boys there. Now 1 for the way he overabused to me. As he see as I don't wake up, she don't. Now he hold my hand, drag my hand like somebody where like they fit drag some animal for them. That's why he drag my hand, so go leave am for aside for backside door. Now so way I know say as I dey for that backside door way he drag me, leave me for this. So at the end I only gunshot them, fire everywhere. I no see danger there. Anyway, I start the creep with my hand. Creep, so they go find refuge for that night.
So this one, the one who dragged you out, maybe they drag you out because they know you?
Yes, he dragged me out because he know me. I just believe and say he be one now for save me.
Since you escaped being in hiding, you don't talk with him?
No.
And he never talk with you?
Oh no, I no fit get in touch with him because he be already be with that military them, so I no fit get in touch with him.
Now, I understand. Say inside the house, you and your boyfriend, you were not the only ones there. Your pa be there inside. Your mommy be there inside. What happened to them? What did they do to them?
But me, I no be feel no way to where it happened for them because as me, I be don't be for down, so they just drag me now, send me now for outside. I just come off of that outside, just find way, just find a refuge. I no be feel no again way to where it happened for them. Whether they be shoot them or they be do them way to again, me I no be fit no.
But you never talk with them since where you all these days.
I don't try forget to my mother. Me and he we don't talk.
Okay, what will be the experience where he tell you for that day?
Wait way.
Yes.
Me,
Yes.
it's for me. They say they destroy property. They destroy, but they not touch it. They not touch Papa. But they shoot TV. Destroy property the inside house, but they not touch any of them. They carry my back money with the inside house. The most important thing but they not touch my mommy and Papa.
Okay. So now, your boyfriend too, if he succeed for escape, what did he tell you? Say, he see him that night.
Yes. It tell me say I see come out so for go peace. I see come out peace. He want turn his head for come back. He just turn. He see now a group of military people them so around so. Now they will.
Hold on there. He talks say he see a group of people or he see military people.
A group of military people.
Okay.
Yes. So as he see them, so it no be fit for car. They be don't already be towards door. They no be fit for car enter house for rescue me. So it to find a way that night he run and run.
Okay. You too be fit recognize any of the people like you be fit recognize some?
No. He say he no recognize no man.
So these four where you talk say you recognize them, you know all their names?
No, pa, I know not just one in name. I don't know the other ones. Them. I just know them by face because they become by for me, but I don't know their names.
You be get shop?
Pardon, Papa?
You be get shop?
Shop?
Yeah, you said they come buy for you. Now I ask say you will.
No, I be send a petrol for corner road.
Okay. So they be come buy from you.
Yes.
And that's how.
Ride bike for road, so they be pass by.
And that's how you know them.
Yes.
So, and all these four, you said they were former Amber fighters.
Yes. Yes. Now why that one I know them.
So, you left, the guy enter, he drag you out. Wait till the other ones, they do inside house.
I don't know what the other one they be do, but this one the way they recognize me, they be stand like they just stand for dollars. Say na security they know. With the other one they don't enter go inside. That one they just stand with me for palo. So.
Okay.
Yes. So now that one that draw me now go for backside. I don't know what the other one they remain is scatter inside. I don't know.
Now, tell me, we understand, say, Jandam barrack, a big Jandam barrack, a be within that vicinity. I will talk with somebody who know that area very well today. He tell me, say, the Jandam barrack, for anybody where you understand Boya very well, the Jandam barrack to the vicinity where that event will take place, it be like the distance between the Prime Minister Lodge for Boya and Mountain Hotel. Wall cable distance. Tell me, this thing went on for some time, but you were in hiding when the rest of the things they go on. After where things they calm down, wait till you don't hear from people then for that quarter.
Wait till I hear for people there for that quarter, and I say, oh man, the tongue, and I say, na military, the way they come. Now they can't do that act. Not be the one the way they did it. Now the one the way they come, they can't do that act.
Oh, okay. So they said the people where they carry out the act, now military where they come, where they bring them in and you, not be the one the way they in the area.
Yes. Now the one the way they come, not be the one the way they did it.
Okay. You feel you get idea which time, because for daytime we see all colonial officials, gendarmes, army, police, the mayor, they all there for the area. You know they don't tell you which time where all these people they come for the scene, for come intervene, start carry people to the hospital. It will be now for that night or the following morning.
It happens so about morning time before they even one comes with the so they start coming around that kind 8-9 o'clock, so now where they start come.
Where the sting they start like around 2-3 o'clock for night.
Yes.
Houses that were burnt, people that are burnt inside, that they key orders. Nobody, they not show up. They only show up around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
The former mayor of MAMFE, he will make statement say, now Amber boys, say now them do this work, now them carry out this work. In fact, if you talk say Amber boys, they come carry out the killings because they be one come bury one of their own, and that for Equeko or Igweko, Buki people that they live for there where a long time Amber boys, they don't talk say Buki people black legs. When you hear that information, you stay for that area. People they don't get threat. They don't get threat for that area before.
You mean by the
by Amber fighters?
No, Papa. We not get no threat. We there with them fine because they used to come past them. Sometimes she don't one time do their one thing, they pass go them. They fine, they will not get no problem with the Amber fighters.
So in other words, all these things where the colonial former mayor will talk about Amber, it will just be your own fabrication.
Yes, Papa. If you just talk just for support the military, then
now
all that lies will be done.
Now, I don't see some of your pictures where you be heavily wounded on your head. Unfortunately, I cannot show those pictures because it will then reveal your identity. But for those of you who are watching, you can see the picture on your screen. You cannot see the face, but you can see a white wrap around the neck. I have also seen another one where she is severely wounded on her belly and on the chest. Tell us how that be happen.
That one so it happened at that time where he enter so where the military man enter so where he jammed door enter. So he mashed me now so for that my ribs as I fall I jammed my front head now. For war has now they were sustained that injury then.
Okay. So if he jam you for your belly too or for your chest too?
Yes, he jam am so for he foot no, he take my chest so with my ribs so my belly so na so he just mash am.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, why you still be in hiding now?
I be in hiding because I know say they define me. They don't hear say are they alive, so they define me. They don't go even for my mommy go find out because they don't hear say are they alive.
Now, talking about going for your mommy, our understanding is that they will go for your mommy, they will take money, go for your mommy, give them for you, say me he give them for you, make you come, may they help you for treat you. Correct?
Yes.
How much they will take and go for your mommy?
I hear say they go with 50,000.
Say me your mommy give them for you and then call you when you come and help you for treat you.
Yes, yes.
Who be go for your mommy na soldiers or na colonial or mayor or dio or who be go? Your mommy know who be go for you?
My mommy just talk say na some people then come can offer you that money say me talk say what they but you know them. If man le mayor be there, if of you know he, but you know them. Now just some people then they come.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now? How for your skin now?
Oh, I be a bit better. Bit better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now in the story where we hear from the colonial official, they talk say some people they will be raped. Well, now, you don't hear anything like that. Say some people they will be raped or they were just burnt.
No, I don't hear that one too. Say they be rape some people there while they burn others there.
Okay.
Yes. That one I think where me and the people see I'm no so I hear that one too I hear that.
And you don't hear any explanation for why gendarmes they were the day for the area. And I also understand say is it Bisongobang or where is it? The camp, the military camp in MAMFE, is it in Bisongobang?
No, they there for Igweko. Just
No, I don't mean the gendarme, the military. Gendarme there for Igweko, the military there for the big military camp there for. Is it Bisongobang, right?
yes, this one a big town, so military for this.
Now I understand say from there to MAMFE or Igweko now just about 4 kilometers or 5 kilometers. Now, couple with the fact say gendarmes they be there right for that Igweko place when a walkable distance. You don't hear any reason why they not be come out for come intervene because they know nobody fit talk say they not be here when fire they burn, when gun they be shoot and smoke it go and people that they shout. I don't know, where talking to people out there, you don't know, you don't hear any reason where they not be stepped out for intervene.
No, me I never hear anything about that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I like for thank you very much. You get any other thing where you would like me to know?
Yes, but the only thing where I want to talk now say I want to give thanks for the Indian government for what they don't do for me as I began this incident. So and they try to connect me to now the Indian governments that take care of me from that day so up to now, so I don't be better. So I the only just give thanks for God. So may He give now more power when I do the work. God the people that they out now for finish with, but God will give now power to overcome them in Jesus' name.
All right, thank you. Hold on there, just to make sure that this point is well understood. When we first learned of this lady escaping from the scene of that incident, we reached out to her. That was the very day or next day when that incident took place. We reached out to her, and she was hiding in the bush, and we thought we should intervene by helping her getting out of the bush and getting to a safe location. And so we here at the interim government, we decided to intervene to make sure that she got out and was safe. Now, in the program which I produced, I think it was sometime last week, somebody else came on and narrated her ordeal. It was then we thought if one should get to a safer location, she can come herself and speak to us. And that is why we can get her talking to us today. And as I have said, any journalist who wants to interview her should get to us, and we will give you full access to interview her. This story is very important, ladies and gentlemen, because La République du Cameroon government has carried out similar killings against our people. And every time they do this, they levy it against Amazonian restoration fighters. You remember the case of Pinyin, you remember Bali, you remember Moyoka, you remember Kumba, you remember Ngaribu, many and many and many of these situations. And each time it happens, they want the world to believe that Amazonian fighters did it. It just beat my imagination, and I believe anybody else, why Amazonian fighters will go out and kill their own people at that level. That has never happened. Yes, Amazonian fighters, the rook ones, and the opportunists among them, they go out, abduct people, take ransom, and maybe sometimes even kill, like the case of the ADF we saw in Guzan the other day. But listen to me, not the scale of the killings that we found or witnessed in MAMFE. That has never happened. And so, the only people that we can pinpoint whose alibi is there in MAMFE, it will call village or town, is the Cameroon army. Again, you ask the question. The Cameroon gendarmerie barrack is right there, a walkable distance where these things were happening. And they are nowhere to be found. And there is no explanation for it. How do you have homes burning, people shouting, gunshots all over the place, and the military barrack is next a walkable distance, and they do nothing? They are nowhere to show. And now the guest here is telling us they did not show up until around 8 o'clock in the morning for an event, an incident that started around 3 a.m. in the morning. They showed up only at 8 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. But not only that, their colonial mayor, you have the video out there where their colonial mayor is out there on the scene shouting and saying, berating Ambazonia restoration fighters. In fact, he says they came out to bury one of their own and then use the opportunity to burn these people, burn their homes, rape them and kill them. But it just happened that the same guy that the colonial officials are accusing as a reason for this is alive. He is not dead, he is alive. It is very unfortunate. I have seen some media stories out there, DW and all these social media stories where they tell you, oh, this was done by Amber, this was done by Amber. I have called and written to DW, Deutsche Welle Television, to ask them where they get their facts. And they told me, well, we talked to the Cameroon government. The Cameroon government is the only official that we could listen to. That's what the reporter told me, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote to the editor replied. I spoke to the reporter who wrote the story, who did the presentation. And his facts were, I spoke to the Cameroon government. I talked to the Cameroon government officials. I quoted them. And I said, you are quoting a government that has the pedigree to kill people and lie about it. They lied about Pinyi. They lied about Kumba. They lied about Ngarabu before turning around and accepting it. And in the case of MAMFE, their alibi is there, and they are also lying about it. Everybody should take out this narrative. Now, Juliana, tell me. Oh, did I lost him? Hello? I think I lost him. Let me get back to her because there's an important question I wanted to ask her about that. Hello, Juliana. Hello. 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 Well, I lost her anyway, but that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have learned that right in their home, there were men dressed in military, a lot of people to Cameroon's military, seen at the spot in this lady's home. And you guess why they are coming looking for her and giving the mother money to produce her? Because they know she knows the story. They know she is telling the story. They are trying to cover their tracks. That is why they are going there trying to give the mother money so she can produce them. In fact, I have learned that the only reason they spare the parents is because they are too old and the father is actually blind. That's why they spared them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will stay on this story until the world knows that these killings, the massacre in MAMFE, was carried out by the Cameroon soldiers. That is the summary of everything here. The massacre in MAMFE was perpetrated by Cameroon soldiers. And I am hoping that the Cameroon media will begin to do fair and balanced journalism. You do not go and take the side of La République du Cameroon that has a pedigree for lies and say, you took it from the government. You took it from the government. What happened to investigative journalism? When things happen, reporters go to the spot and they talk to the victims. And you don't talk to the victims with all these emotions. Somebody with a clear head, who understands, who has figured out exactly what transpired, will tell you the facts. And we are learning about him now. I want to believe that many of you on Ground Zero, especially in MAMFE, will call into this show. If your family was victimized, if you were part of this, please call into this show today. Let us know whether you can corroborate this lady's story. Now, Larabaplidu Cameroon was also out there putting out the narrative that this happened. This happened because the Boki people ran away into Igweko. The Boki people have been fighting with another village around Akwaya area. And so they ran to Igweko to avoid Ambazonia fighters. The Republic says Ambazonians had fighters went there and carried out the massacre because they wanted to pay back to the Boki people whom they claim are blacklegs and informants to La Republique du Cameroon. That is the Cameroon's narrative. That is the fake narrative that the fake media is running with. I am really mad about this incident, comrades, because I made a number of calls and I am shocked at what I hear out there. I call Human Rights Watch and they say, oh, they are blaming your people. Everybody is blaming your people. They believe that you did it. I called DW, Dutch World Television. We took our story from the official source. And which is the official source? La République du Cameroun official source. People who can summon a meeting in Canada and then few months after they said, no, we knew nothing about it. We were never there. We were not supposed to be there. We never attended it. We didn't delegate anybody to be there for us. We were not there. That is the government the media is taking information from. I hope that many of you listening to the sound of my voice out there in MAMFE will begin to step out to tell the story, and you can trust we are going to protect you. So if you know, if you were part of this, if you are one of the victims out there, call us, let us know your story. All right, having said so, ladies and gentlemen, I will now take a brief break out, and when I come back, I bring to you my second monologue, and I bring my guest. Please keep on hitting the share button. I'm going to be right back in a second or so.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, thanks for staying put in there, ladies and gentlemen. Again, at this moment, I will take you into my second monologue, which I titled, Where is the Outrage? Where is the Outrage? For MAMFE, you will recall the Natural Junction incident of about 5 months ago. The level of outrage and indignation that we saw there, it appears that MAMFE is different. 5 months ago, at Natural Junction in Bamenda, a group of unidentified gunmen indiscriminately attacked and killed close to 10 innocent civilians. As the shocking details emerged, it became apparent that the majority of the victims were immigrant settlers from La République du Cameroon. News of the horrific incident sparked an outpouring of outrage and indignation from the Cameroon elite, the clergy, and politicians. They were united in their condemnation of the perpetrators who had taken these innocent lives. The air was thick with grief, and the collective conscience of the populace demanded justice for the 10. High and low masses were conducted across the nation, even reaching the colonial capital city in Yaoundé. Bamenda Metropolitan Archbishop Andrew Ike, for the first time, since this conflict escalated, traveled to the scene of the tragedy, laid a reed, and offered prayers of solace to the affected families. I mean, the level of outrage displayed by the elite and the wider Francophone population at the Bamenda natural incident was unprecedented. That is to say that the tragedy at Natural Junction had struck a nerve. It was a moment when anti-independentists came together, recognizing the value and sanctity of every human life, so to say. The question that now lingers is, where is the same level of outrage when another tragedy, a massacre of greater proportion, strikes in MAMFE? Where is the outrage? Where is the outpouring of the same level of indignation and patronage? Could it be that it is not necessary or was not necessary? Because unlike the Natural Junction incident, the victims here are Anglophones, whose lives, of course, do not matter as those of Francophones. Could that be the case? I think so. On November 6th, a horrifying incident unfolded in MAMFE where over 40 civilians were brutally killed in their sleep. Some were burnt alive, their lives extinguished in an act of unimaginable cruelty. The victims in MAMFE were predominantly Anglophones, as they call it, predominantly Anglophones. Despite the shocking loss of these innocent lives, the outrage and condemnation that had poured out for victims of the Bamenda natural incident seemed to be completely absent. Archbishop Inke did not rush to MAMFE, his former parish, to console with the families. And neither was the type of indignation witnessed at the natural incident from Anglophone, so-called Anglophone and Francophone elite. No, it didn't happen in MAMFE. These stark contrasts in reactions should remind those among us in Ambazonia who still think that Francophones are our brothers, and those who continue to live in the illusion of a one Cameroon. They should be reminded that Anglophone lives do not matter. Francophones will forever be treated better than us if you think that we can still live together. If anything to take home from these two incidents, it is that the disparity in outrage between the two incidents at Natural Junction and MAMFE indicates that Francophone lives matter more than Anglophone lives. The historic and systematic bias that fails to recognize the equal worth of all citizens remains ingrained in the fabric of the country's ruling class, and Amazonians remain the victims here. This lack of widespread indignation and condemnation from La République du Cameroon elite and the churches, the clergy, ladies and gentlemen, following the MAMFE incident cannot be ignored. It cannot. It is a painful reminder of the nothingness that we are made to be in that country. The absence of a united front against such heinous acts in MAMFE by the same people who united against the Nacho Junction incident sends a distressing message about the value placed on amber lives in that country. The role of the media and influential figures in shaping public opinion cannot be underestimated. However, they cannot be seen to be picking and choosing which lives are more important. It is imperative for them to use their platform to highlight the atrocities committed in MAMFE and demand justice for the victims. By shining a spotlight on the issue and exposing the stark contrast in reactions, they can raise awareness and foster a sense of collective responsibility. The international community also has a role to play in promoting justice in this situation. Human rights organizations, regional bodies, and foreign governments should use their influence to exert pressure on the Cameroonian government to address these killings of civilians once and for all. It has happened so many times. The absence of widespread condemnation and outrage following the MAMFE incident should not be interpreted as an affirmation of the belief that Francophone lives matter more than Anglophone lives, as they call it. It is rather a reflection of the deep-seated irreconcilable divisions and systematic biases that still exist between the two peoples. The reason why we are at war and separating for good. The reason why we can never again live together. The reason why we say one and indivisible Cameroon is history. It is gone for good. In the end, it is not a question of whether Francophone lives matter more than Anglophone lives or vice versa. It is a matter of recognizing the inherent value and dignity of human life, regardless of linguistic or ethnic background. It is about acknowledging that the loss of any innocent life, be it at Nacho Junction or in MAMFE, is a tragedy that should evoke the same level of outrage and condemnation from everyone, every conscientious person. Ultimately, the absence of equal outrage following the MAMFE incident should serve as a wake-up call for all Amazonians. It should ignite a collective introspection to our struggle and a renewed commitment to resist La République du Cameroon till we get our independence. One possible explanation could be the influence of media coverage. The Bamenda incident received significant attention and coverage, which helped forward public outrage. In contrast, the MAMFE incident may have received less media coverage, resulting in a lower level of public awareness and response. It is crucial for media outlets to prioritize balanced reporting and ensure that all acts of violence are given equal attention, regardless of the linguistic or ethnic backgrounds of the victims. Another factor to consider is the historical context of the conflict in Ambazonia, between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon. The linguistic and ethnic tensions have deep roots that have caused divisions and grievances over time. These divisions can shape public perceptions and responses to incidents, leading to biases and unequal reactions. Overcoming these divisions requires a concerted effort to address the underlying issues. And to move forward, Cameroon, not Ambazonians, Cameroon needs a comprehensive approach that addresses the root causes of the current conflict, which means initiating genuine dialogue and negotiations or a United Nations supervised referendum. This requires sustained efforts from all stakeholders too, including the civil society organizations, religious leaders, and the international community. Religious leaders have a significant role to play in fostering justice and promoting the sanctity of every life, not some lives, but every life. They can use their moral authority to condemn violence of all types and advocate for justice by emphasizing the shared values of compassion and respect for human dignity. Religious leaders can inspire their followers to reject injustice and embrace freedom and liberty. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I am now being joined by a comrade that has been in this struggle for Ambazonia's independence for a while. I won't call him a comrade, however, in arms. He is not a comrade in arms. He believes in a free Ambazonia, but I don't think I should call him a comrade in arms. And I guess you understand this. I am referring to Kennedy Ijacha. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, my fellow brother.
Wonderful. It's been a while that you were here, and so much has gone on. I like to, for the record, state that you are an avowed federalist.
Absolutely.
Ambazonia, I don't know. Are you Ambazonian federal? Because I may be mistaken here. We are called the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Are you a federalist for Ambazonia or federalist for La République du Cameroon, one Cameroon?
No, I'm a federalist for a Federal Republic of Cameroon, which is my nation. But now, I just for the record, so we keep this clear, I mean, I am a diehard SDF militant, and we believe in dialogue. You remember our late leader, a very charismatic leader who is of blessed memory. He was on this platform. Not long after that, I came on this your platform. Now, in civil life,
I'm sorry, who was that?
It's our late president, John Truly.
Oh, okay, yes.
He won the elections of Cameroon in 1992, and the regime of Mr. Paul Biya stole that elections. But now, so that we are clear about what's going on, I am a pastor in civil life. When I walk in a mosque, I see an imam who believes in something that I don't believe in. But we can have a dialogue, and I would call that imam by his honorable name of imam. I am right here on this platform, and I'm going to give you all the due respect that you deserve as the president of a group of Cameroonians who have distinguished themselves as Ambazonians. So now, because I'll call an imam in a mosque imam, I'm going to call you through this program that Mr. President, because you are a president in your own regards, and I do respect that.
I will actually, I appreciate that, but I do prefer just address, on this television set, just address me, Comrade Chris. That is okay, But let's get into the issues. let's get into the issues. You listened to that interview with that young woman from Ground Zero lament of what she went through in MAMFE, and the whole picture she painted, at least part of the picture that is now emerging of what happened in MAMFE. You observed that event. Before I get into her narrative, I would like to ask you your take, watching what happened in MAMFE. What was going on in your mind when you saw that, sir?
Right out instantly, I'm going to tell you, Comrade Chris, that at this point, we will talk about the things that you and I agree on. What happened in MAMFE is despicable, is unacceptable. And, I will not even point on the Francophones on why the truth is not coming out up to this point. The people that I will point to at this moment are the elites of Manu.
Okay.
What are the elites of Manu doing? So that we unearth the truth on this very gruesome massacre that occurred in the land of Manu. What are they doing? Because they should be the ones putting the pressure so that the government of Cameroon should put in an independent investigative commission, because I want to know the truth, just as you, Comrade Chris, want to know the truth. We need the truth on what happened in MAMFE. Because why am I insisting on the truth? Because at the beginning of what happened in Gabu, some other people were accused. There was an incident in Marwa, some other people were accused. There was an incident in Pigny, some other people were accused. But the moment that some sort of serious investigation was carried out, we knew the real culprits. So MAMFE should not be an exception. As a federalist, as someone who has a heart for the well-being of the people of Cameroon, I am demanding that an independent commission be set in place. So let's know the truth. And those that are responsible, I will call on Minister Mengon. Minister Mengon, who is at the presidency and who is a son of Manu. Shame on you, because up to this point, nothing has been said.
I think we all agree, support any form of commission that may lead to unearthing what happened there in MAMFE, who exactly was behind it. But do you have any faith in such a commission? What happened to the commission that investigated Ngarebu? We were told that some army generals or commanders were responsible for it. What happened to them? Zero. So, assuming that Cameroon investigates, they shouldn't even investigate. They know what went on. It is their own soldiers that carried out the attack. What do you expect them to do to their own soldiers?
The time has come when we need accountability. They can drag as long as they want to drag, but the annals of history is going to record those, because there will come a moment of reckoning. Watch me. There will come a moment of reckoning when all those who are responsible for the spilling of the blood of Cameroonians, be it Ambazonian extremists or be it Bias regime's extremists, there will come a time when all of them will be held responsible. History knows a way of resolving such situations.
Do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt in your mind that this act in MAMFE was perpetrated by the Cameroon army? You've quoted other incidents where this has happened, like in Pinyin, in the Bali, and so on. And even when the evidence point to the handiwork of the Cameroon army, they have never agreed to those, though they agreed to some. In this case, with such a large scale of killings, do you have any doubt that Ambazonia fighters did not carry out that massacre in MAMFE?
In a warring situation, Comrade Chris, I want to be very measured. I want to, although I am as passionate as I am, but I know that it's a method. So now, I don't have all the facts at hand, but I know that there is a trend of events. There is there are moments when troops under the bannership of our military have committed atrocities. So based on that, I cannot exclude any possibility that, any remote possibility that that might have been the case. And also, there have been situations, and you rightfully in one of your monologues characterize them as rogue Amazonians. Yes, there have been a lot of havoc that have been caused to our people by those so-called rogue Amazonians. So in a situation like this, what should we do? We need an independent body where we can have even international representatives to do the work. They did it in Gabon, and we have the results. Although the follow-up was not guaranteed, but one step of it was done. So let's also do the first step in this incident that happened in MAMFE. Let's put in a commission of investigation, know who did what, and then the question of what should we do to those that did it, we will answer that after. But we know the truth. We need the truth right now.
Well, I hope that some human rights groups will go in and carry out some investigation. I spoke to Human Rights Watch representative, and they were very lukewarm about carrying out any investigation. But I'd like to ask you, you've listened to some reports coming from the ground. Agbobala's human rights group, they tag Amazonian fighters. Deutsche Welle television tagged Amazonian fighters. A lot of political Cameroon's media on the ground tagged Amazonian fighters, and none of them went to the ground to investigate what went out, what transpired there, to talk to the witnesses and the victims. They all are carrying the narrative of La République du Cameroon. What would you say to such organizations and media houses when lives like this are concerned?
Well, I deplore the speed at which some of these people are concluding. And that's why you see, Comrade Chris, I don't want to fall in the same situation like these people. Because, I mean, two wrongs don't make a right. It's very preposterous at this moment to put the blame on Amazonians. It's not. What are the facts? We need facts, because now when it happened in
I think you are being very honest there, because I have asked my comrade. Let me explain to you and others out there who are listening what we do here. When an incident happens on the ground and it is being tagged to Amazonian fighters, here in the diaspora, we have what we call security chiefs. So if we have fighters in Manu, in the BLM, in Fako, in the Menchum, when anything happens in Menchum or in the BLM or in any of these places, any county, the first thing we do is we reach out to the security team in the diaspora that supervises those guys. And what we want to know, like in the case of MAMFE, is, can we know, did the boys do this? Let me assure you, if they did it, we will know it. If they did not do it, we will know it. In the case of MAMFE, we reach out to the fighters on the ground and ask them, did you do this? It will surprise you. You listen to that video footage from the former colonial mayor shouting at the top of his voice at the scene of that event that Amazonia fighters came in to bury one of their own, and they used the opportunity to do this. It will surprise you that the guy that the former colonial mayor is talking about, mentioning in that video, that guy happens to be alive. We spoken to him. He was shocked to hear that this thing happened in MAMFE. Totally unaware. So, Amazonia, just as you have said, Amazonia fighters, yes, they abduct occasionally, they take ransoms occasionally. I mean, the rook one, not the real fighters. They do all these things, but they will not carry out the large-scale killings that we witnessed in MAMFE, with a gendarme barrack in the vicinity, a big one in that matter, with a military camp a few kilometers away. It takes at least 1 to 2 hours to burn all those places to the degree we saw it, comrade. And nobody can say they rushed in and did it and went away. Not possible. Go on, please.
Yes, no, I mean, that's why, what is shocking is the proximity of the place of the events to all of these military establishments, and there was no prompt reaction. And that's why you see, in my outcry, in my outburst, I am at one point not too concerned about who really pulled the trigger, because there is someone that should be responsible for the safety and security of the people of Cameroon. And the government of Cameroon is primarily responsible for the safety and security of the people of Cameroon. So any incident happening, the first thing would be, I would point at a breakdown of the security system that the government should have put in place. Now, I am not so naive to think that if you, Comrade Chris, realize that it was your guys that did it, that you come up in the air and admit it. No, that's why I'm saying that I don't take what you say for face value. I understand what you're saying. And my insistence on an independent commission is that when there will be an independent commission, you will place in your facts. The government will bring their facts. And then we will count on these people to investigate these facts and come out with the truth. So the government of Cameroon is responsible for what happened. They might not have pulled the trigger. And I'm very circumspect on that. They might not have pulled the trigger.
So how do you mean they are responsible then?
Massacre, the scale of the massacre is disturbing. There are some pointers that could indicate that it's something similar to Gabu. It's something similar to some of those other incidents that we unfortunately realized that it wasn't those that were initially accused, just as they're accusing the Ambazonians. To be honest, we, the Federalists, we are sick and tired of this extremism that's going on. When you, on the one hand, extremists calling for an Ambazonian republic, and on the other hand, the extremists of the regime, when you start fighting, it is the grass that is suffering, because you are two elephants at this point. The guns that you have is giving you powers, but we are sick and tired. We want both of you to put down your guns. Mr. Chris, I will be very happy if you can tell your guys, put down your guns. Mr. Bia, I will be very happy if you can tell your people, put down your guns and have a negotiation. Here am I, I'm telling the Bia's people, here am I on a platform, talking with somebody that I don't believe fully with. But because we share something common, we share our troubles for the suffering of the people of Cameroon, precisely northwest and southwest, we are here to talk. Why can the government of Cameroon not sit and talk with Mr. Chris Anu? Why can the government of Cameroon not sit and talk with all these people? What's going to happen after I finish talking with you, Mr. Chris? I'm going to go. My wife is going to give me my food. I will eat, and my life will continue. Nothing's going to happen because I talk to you, but I'm going to gather something from here, because I will know what is paining you. And if I were in a position of authority to take decisions, because I would have heard you, I would have heard the testimony of this young lady, I would be doing what I would call putting in place an independent investigation if I respect the people. But there is something. The government of Cameroon does not respect the people of Cameroon. That is why we have Cameroonians today carrying guns, whereas civilians have nothing to do with guns. Let this killing stop.
Well, let me say this. There is no circumstances, at least for the moment, where I can ask Ambazonians to lay down arms. That is not going to happen, because It is not our responsibility to do that. Comrade, since this war started, we are going into the 8th year. Cameroon was invited to Switzerland to sit down and talk. They walked away from it. Since then, they were invited to Canada to sit down and talk. They walked away from it. How do you think we can then, because I hear this all the time, that all crazy people can just stop this thing. Why can't people just stop this thing? Just ask the boys to lay down their arms. We lay down our arms in exchange of what? When even you, comrade, you address yourself as a federalist. A very harmless position to La République du Cameroon, at least. If they agree federation, they still have you. But they have not as much as given you the opportunity to sit on table to even ask you, what form of federation do you want? And you think that we should lay down arms in exchange for what, sir?
I mean, Comrade Chris, I'm a proponent of non-violent, I don't mean passive, non-violent action. I mean militancy. I am for active non-violent. By that I mean that we can wrap up our people. For instance, like the ghost town that you have, I would subscribe for something like the ghost town because it's a peaceful, non-violent way to carry out your cause. So now, instead of people trying to circumvent the ghost town and bring in violence, as I heard you said, that they brought violence in the market because some people decided to be, and that's why I say, I mean, in all fairness, the government of Cameroon is responsible for this war because what they're trying to do in Kumba is the same thing that was done in 2016 that escalated this war. So people have the right to demonstrate. People have the right to stay in their homes and say they are observing civil disobedience. In response to that, you cannot use force. Where are we going to? So now, that being said, there is a way where we can come in as all Anglophones. Have a way forward where we decide, we take our destiny in our hands. My dear brother, non-active, I mean, I get confused with what I want to say, but active non-violence action has its potency. We saw that happen in this country where blacks are enjoying some kind of relative rights. We saw it in India. We saw it in South Africa. So the things that we are proposing are things that have worked against tyranny, although I'm a little bit scared that Mr. Biya's tyranny seems to be one of the worst that has ever existed. Because this kind of tyranny against your own people, 7 years, and you are refusing to dialogue. And I get your point, Comrade Chris, before I drop, I get your point about the government nonchalance. I was in Yaoundé in 2019 for a major national dialogue. We came out with points, and we expected the government to be a gentleman and act on it. We are here. Nothing has happened yet. Yes, I understand that there are all those things that you can point to and which can buttress your position. But the number of lives that have been lost, can this compel us to go back to the drawing board and say, there's another way where we can preserve the life of our people?
Let me ask you, let me ask you, comrade, why do federalists need us to sit down and talk with our public? Why not just put yourselves to, because every time I hear federalists, they are talking about, oh, lay down your arms, come, let's sit together and fix this thing. And I'm asking, why can federalists not just lay down, not just sit down, organize themselves, talk to La République? I mean, just fight the way we are fighting out here, right? Why can't you guys just do that?
No, we want an all-inclusive solution. And that's the same thing that we are telling La République. Oh, no, we are telling the government of Mr. Paul Biya, because I don't know. I mean, when you call La République, I don't know what it is all about, but I know there is the regime of Mr. Paul Biya, who is the president of my country. We are pointing it to them that they cannot get themselves out of this quagmire without talking to the Ambazonians. It's impossible.
I understand.
So
I understand that. But then, are you calling yourself the Federalist Ambazonians? I know you are, but you don't like that appellation. So my question is, why can Federalists like you not organize yourselves and sit down and talk to a lot of public? Let me ask you this, comrade. How about Federalists saying, let me prescribe a very simple solution to this thing. Why can't Federalists say, go to the La République du Cameroon and say, listen, the separatists, they want independence, but they are talking about a referendum. Why can't we come together and agree on a referendum? Or are you telling me that you Federalists don't buy the idea of a referendum? Because I think that is the easiest, simplest way to solve this problem, where your own desires are met, my own are met by the popular vote.
Yeah, I am unapologetically a Cameroonian. I'm not an Ambazonian. I just want to restate this because you keep calling me Ambazonian. But now, I respect your own opinion, what you say, but my point on this is, we as Federalists, we've put in all what we can put, but we are not going to despair, because we know that we have the solution. We have the solution that's going to spare lives from being killed as it is happening right now. We have the solution that seeks for the ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal in all of this is self-determination. All what we want is self-determination.
Can I secure your support for one voice between Federalists and Independentists for a United Nations supervised referendum?
I mean, now, if it comes down to that, I would
no, I don't want you to say when it comes down to that. Will you support it?
Support a referendum?
Yeah, will you join us in advocating for one? Because a referendum doesn't necessarily give us independence like that. It may give you a federation. It may give us independence, all of us independence. So will you, can I go out today saying, Comrade Kennedy supports a referendum for Ambazonia? A United Nations supervised referendum for Ambazonia?
What I support is that we sit on a table. We have a conversation, and we can agree on a federation based on the terms. Because on a referendum, based on the terms of the referendum. We had one referendum in 1961.
I understand you, but it starts with you acknowledging, agreeing that yes, let's pursue the referendum route. Then the question becomes, what structure are we looking at? If you agree, we then can sit down, all of us, even though you are federalist, we can then sit down and say, okay, how do we structure the referendum question, right?
And I would prefer, rather than seeing all this killing going on, I would prefer a referendum than this killing.
All right. That is good. That's good. Let's get to another point here, comrade. You saw the treatment of Francophones that were assassinated at the Nacho Junction in Bamenda 5 months ago. The whole, at the beginning of this conversation, you were basically indicting Manu elite. They are nowhere to be found. They say nothing about what happened in their own neck of the wood. But when Francophones were killed in Bamenda, they were all over running their mouths and condemning it. Their own bishop who left MAMFE became the archbishop who wants to become the cardinal of Cameroon, or maybe the cardinal of Africa, Archbishop Nkeye, walked to the scene of the Nacho incident and offered mass there, prayed and laid a wreath. In MAMFE, close to 40 people are killed. The same elite are nowhere to be seen. I have not seen a single mass or low or high mass that is offered in reverence of those lives lost in MAMFE. Isn't what we are fighting against in this conflict, in this war? The treatment, the way we Amazonians are treated to the way Francophones are treated. The whole world got let loose when the event in Nacho happened. But you look at MAMFE, that outrage isn't there. How can people still be advocating that we can live together? How is that even possible, comrade?
Yeah, what I have at variance with my fellow compatriots from Cameroon, especially the elites of the Northwest and Southwest region, is this their double standard, especially the elites of the regime. When it comes to standing up for the rights of their own people, they become nonchalant and they become absent. Now, I will not blame any Francophone for what's happened. And now when I talk about Francophones, I'm clear that, you know, it's a common Francophone man, because there are so many Anglophones, as we say, that I'll blame for the quagmire that's going on in the Northwest and Southwest regions. All those Politburo members of the regime, all those henchmen of the regime who are origins of the Northwest and Southwest, they are more to be blamed than any other person when it comes to this crisis, because they are offering the facade that the regime needs to prove to the world that their policy is resonating with the people of the Northwest and Southwest regions. Now, those Francophones that you say that were killed, they are Cameroonians, probably from the Francophone regions. Probably they carried what we know as their cry die very well. When you make your cry die big, people will join you and cry your die. There is a cry die in MAMFE. I am not seeing the sons of the soil carry the cry die. People like me are crying that die more than them. How can I cry more than
the bereaved? Well, I don't blame you. I think you are totally on the money. You are totally on the money.
Those that the guys that died in Nancho, their people made their cry die resonating, and the world came to it. So now we are trying to make the cry die of our own people resonating. That's why you see I will come on this platform, because I know that it's going to give me an opportunity to talk about MAMFE. If only for MAMFE, Comrade Chris, I'll come on this your platform. Because I've said, I will not spare any opportunity to raise my voice against what is happening to my people. I might have disagreement with one or two people, but when it comes to the fundamental well-being of our people, there's nowhere where I will not go in. I don't know why Mr. Biya, if he says that he's the president of Cameroon and he loves Cameroon, and the Canadians, the Swiss, they have all called talks, you know. Now, guess what? And I'm telling this to the regime. This thing is going to get worse than you think. Because the more you push these guys to the wall, the more savvy they become. And they will start bringing strategies. Because the only thing that is helping us is the fact that these people don't have any international backing right now. They don't have any government, any nation supporting them. If this government of Cameroon, the government of my country, does not hasten up and fix this, as I said in 2016, that this war, it's a real war, they didn't believe. But I'm saying, we'll come back on that drawing board. Maybe, unfortunately, it would have been Ambazonia bye-bye. So, when there is still time, I am calling on this regime, and I'm begging for peace, begging the regime, begging the Ambazonian, please put your guns down. Let's go on the drawing table. We have a whole United Africa to build, the Kwame Nkrumah. We are Pan-Africanists. We have a Pan-Africanist vision. We cannot be breaking our continent, whereas the rest of the world is.
Wait, comrade, I do not think that Pan-Africanism means that you erase the borders. It basically means you allow free trade and free movement. the boundaries remain. And we can coexist with Cameroon as two separate nations in the context of Pan-Africanism. Cameroon doesn't have to keep us for us to practice Pan-Africanism. But let me take you. Go on.
Let me. Yes. See, in 1972, in 1960, we had a border that the Federation gave to us. Now, in 1972, that border was violated because the peace and tranquility of the people of the Northwest and Southwest region was stolen by a referendum, a quasi-annexation that was organized in 1972.
I am really glad hearing from a federalist calling the situation an annexation, which is quite interesting. You should be on our CAM and not on the CAM of La République du Cameroon federal structure.
No, it is to tell you that. No, it is to tell you that we have so many things that we agree on, but the fundamental thing that we don't agree on is you taking up guns. Because what you guys have done that we have not done is you have put the goal ahead of humanism. But we, the federalists, we put humanism ahead of the goal. I know it has come to a point where you say you are about the goal, and whatever you need to attain the goal, you, even if it means working on dead people. But we, the federalists, we say no, we still have that goal, but humanism compels us to look at the well-being of the human being that is supposed to enjoy from the goal.
What do you do, comrade, if somebody breaks into your home and is about to snatch your family away? What would you do?
Now, what I would do, this question has always come to me again and again, and in a very practical way. If I see somebody coming in through my front door with an AK-47 or a Kalashnikov, and I only have a knife, what I'll do is I would rush through my back door, break my back door, and run, cry to my neighbors. If I see a neighbor that has a Kalashnikov,
you run through the back door, cry to your neighbors while the guy is living with your family?
Let me explain. Let me finish. You didn't allow me to finish.
All right, go on.
I would cry to my neighbors, and if I get a neighbor that has a machine gun, a Kalashnikov, that he can give me to come and pull out the intruder in my house, then I'll come. But if my neighbor is not willing to give me Kalashnikov and machine gun, then I'll just sit and watch my house being looted and pray on other ways that I can recover what I can recover.
All right. I don't think you are being honest to yourself there, but let's get over to something. I listened to a video footage of you. You sounded very angry, very, very angry with the regime in Yaoundé. Let me play that clip, and after that, I get to ask you why you sounded so disappointed with your regime. Let's listen.
This is my message to all. All the peace-loving people of the Northwest and Southwest regions who stood up for their rights for self-determination. As you all can see, this regime wants to push us to a point where we would have to choose between drinking peace and eating shit or war. But now, we have to tell the regime and its acolytes that we didn't stand up for peace and shit or war. We stood up for our rights to self-determination, and that we are never ever going to stop short of that right to self-determination that was stolen from us in 1972. Because in 1960 we had all agreed in Fumba that we were going to build a nation where we would respect every citizen of that nation. And we all agreed that it was going to be a federation. That was the peace that we chose in 1960. And they turned around and stole that from us in 1972. And if we're standing up because we want that peace that we had before 1972. Nothing else short of that. We will not give in to war. We will not give in to drinking peace, and we will not give in to eating shit. You can let Dr. Ambe know that's where we Anglophones stand. God bless you all.
Who is Dr. Ambe that you are addressing there, comrade?
It seems it's not Dr. Ambe. It should be either Apostle Ambe or...
Oh, okay, the one on TV.
Or Reverend Ambe. Yes, so now, the issue, I mean, except you have a question, but if you want me to give the context of that video.
Sure.
So, yeah, I was scrolling through social media and I saw this, they said Apostle Ambe saying something that revolted me to the core. I almost ripped the hair from my head. He said that Anglophones are ready even to drink peace so that they be given peace. So what he used, urine, that if they give Anglophone urine today, that they just want peace by all means, even with urine, that they will drink the urine and have peace. It so bothered me because this is the kind of mindset that is selling our birthright. And it's making the dictator think that they can continue to prosecute this war against our people to the point where they would submit us to their injunctions, which is very wrong. So what this gentleman is calling peace, it's not peace. He's talking of appeasement. So for him, we are ready to appease the perpetrator of tyranny against us. No, we are not ready for appeasement. We want peace. There's a difference between peace and appeasement. Because somebody who has to drink urine can never be at peace. How can you peacefully drink urine? That was my question.
But you also came across very angry with the regime in Cameroon, and you insisted on your 1972 status. The question is, you speak more like an independentist. You are very passionate, the way you put it, but haven't you realized at a point in time you are on the wrong side?
No, I'm not on the wrong side. I'm on the side of our founding fathers. I'm on the side of 1962 when our founding fathers came in. They gave in their best, because what many people have not realized, when I read the Constitution, the only reason why we are where we are today is because that Constitution that our founding fathers signed was violated. Aijo violated Article 47 of that Constitution, because that Constitution did not give any open room for negotiation on the form of the state. It was sealed that we are a federation. But in 1969, Aijo went ahead and enacted a law that gave him the possibility to convene a referendum on any subject, but it shouldn't have included the form of the state. So now I am angry because in 1972, they stole from us the gift that our founding fathers gave. From that moment, when I realized the intricacies of that history, I said, no, what the enemy wants us to do is to believe that we are here because of a mistake that we made. No, there's no mistake that the Anglophones did. We are where we are because the regime, backed by the French government of France, decided to form a coup d'etat in 1972 against us. It wasn't a mistake of our founding fathers. It was the intentional action of the Aijo regime to abrogate what our founding fathers came in and agreed. Because if the regime in Yaoundé had not abrogated what our founding fathers signed in 1962, we would not be where we are today. We would still be having our municipal police. We would still be having our House of Chiefs, not the kangaroo House of Chiefs that is existing now. We will still be having our semi-autonomy. We will still be having our House of Assembly. But Aijo, under the bannership of the French government, abrogated what our founding fathers did. And that's where we are. It's not a mistake of our founding fathers.
We have a solution to all of that in another referendum, this time supervised by the United Nations. Comrade, hang in there. Let me open the phone lines. We have a very few minutes to go in this show. Let me open the phone lines. The phone number is there on your screen. Please go ahead and call. But before you call, make sure that your phone set, the volume of your set is turned down. Make sure the volume of your set is turned down. We only have 10 minutes for phone calls because I need to get out of here. So the number is there. Oh, the calls are coming in. Let me get to that. All right. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mezam.
From Mezam. Okay, what is on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I have 3 points concerning your outing of today.
Thank you. Go on.
Yeah, first wish to talk to Mr. Kennedy on the studio by the issue of thinking that the Federalists have a solution to this problem. Since according to him, federation is a solution, and I wish to remind him that this problem never began with separation. Agobala never went to prison because he preached separation. He went to prison with the others, with Dr. Fontaine because they preach federation. So federalists should not be dreaming. They are in the dream world. They should ask themselves, history is very stubborn, facts are stubborn. We began with the federation, and the response we got was killing, was torture. So how do we think that we can go back to where we began and we had no response? We had no favorable response. Going back there is like going back a dog going back to what it has vomited. So that's what I wish to tell federalists right from the ground, that they should just forget about it. They should not be deceiving the people. Because even that referendum, if it should come, nobody will vote for that federation he's talking about. They will be shocked. I'm talking like somebody who is on the ground. We are suffering the atrocities of the boys, like those who are kidnapping every day. Bamenda is not safe. We are suffering from the harassment of the military, but the people know what they want. Those of you out there, you should not think that we are fools. We know what we want. That's one thing that I want to say. The second point concerns the MAMFE massacre. And the first thing I'll say is that woman who is talking, please, you should not only protect her, take her out of MAMFE, take her out of Cameroon, so that she will be an asset to us in future, even if investigations are made. If we joke, as she's already talking over the television like that, they can trace her and finish with her. And you know the way the Cameroon government works. That's my second point. And my final point is, what can we do as far as the issue of kidnapping is concerned, especially around Bamenda here and other places? I don't know. It is a serious problem that needs your attention, because people can no longer move freely. Anything can happen to anybody. And it's giving even those who are fighting genuinely a bad name, because most often when you see the boys now, people are not responding positively towards them because of the way they're being handled by these so-called kidnappers alone. Yes. And maybe finally, I wish to say that concerning this MAMFE massacre, people blame the church, but I think the Bishop of MAMFE, immediately that thing happened on Monday, on Tuesday, he was on the scene with a host of priests, and he, in his communique, he made mention of the fact that Mass was to be celebrated in memory of those people, and that was done. So at least the Church of MAMFE did something. At least that is a fact.
No, I mean, you can imagine that they were compelled to do something. They had to do it. But I was actually referring to people in high-ranking positions like Archbishop K in Bamenda. You can imagine that when people like him step out to offer statements on any situation, they go far and beyond than what the local bishop in MAMFE voice can go. You know that, right?
You are very correct. But what I wish to let you understand is that the Catholic Church, each bishop is autonomous. If something happens in MAMFE, like it happened in Kumbu, in Gabu, it was Bishop George Nko who went to the scene. The Archbishop cannot leave Bamenda. Bamenda is a different territorial conscription.
I thought the Archbishop in Bamenda oversees both. I think part of the southern zone and the northern zone, right?
No. He oversees Bamenda Archdiocese. Bamenda is his own territory. If something happens in Boya or in Mamfe, the person who needs to talk is Bishop Aloysius Abangalo, because he's the local ordinary of that local church. He's not Bishop Andrew. Bishop Andrew cannot live here and go and he's talking for Mamfe. The same as when Gabo happened. It was not Bishop Eswa talking. It was Bishop George who was talking because it happened in his own territory.
All right.
So
Thank you. Thank you. But then we expected national outrage, not just from the bishops in Mamfe in particular. I mean, when the 7 at Nacho Junction were killed, the outrage extended all the way to La République du Cameroon. The elite, the bishops, and so on and so forth. But in the case of Mamfe, the difference is clear. Thank you for the call. Let's get to other callers who are trying to call, please. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Hello.
So I just have. Can I say something?
Hello. Good evening from Germany. This is Collins on the phone.
Good evening, sir. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to tell this pastor who actually always call Amazonian freedom fighters terrorists that there is no way we shall ever put down our arms. Never.
Which pastor is that? Who is that? You know the name?
Yes, it's Pastor Ajacha. How does he call this guy?
You mean my guest? You mean my guest?
Ajacha or whatever.
Okay.
I'm saying that Ambazonians are looking.
I didn't know that he's a pastor.
You see, the reason Cameroon is not because Cameroon did not look at the constitution. The reason that they colonized Ambazonia is because they had guns and we did not. They had an army, we did not. They had everything that they have to colonize the people and we did not. Now that we have sticks, I think we should be looking for more to defend ourselves and seek justice and be able to defend ourselves.
Absolutely.
So, if you listen, yes, just give me just a few seconds. He calls. It's so disrespectful for him to come and looking at you in the face, call you an Anglophone, the Anglophone regions of Cameroon, a Northwesterner, a Southwesterner, the Anglophone regions of Cameroon. It's so insulting. And it causes a lot of pain.
Well, I will defend him for that. He has the right to call it the way he wants. We call all of them Ambazonians, whether they like it or not. They are Ambazonians by birth.
In Gabon, you have Anglophones. In Nigeria, Nigerians are Anglophones. But it is these appellations, these people that use names that the colonizer gives to us, Ambazonians, to call us with. He calls us Anglophones. We are Ambazonians. And if they are really serious to fight for freedom of whatever they are fighting for, we should see the federalists on the streets marching. We should see the federal troops also fighting. We should see the federalists doing demonstrations. Where are the federalists? They always, like people like Padi Asanga and all the SDFs, the CPDMs, the Blacklegs, they always look for Ambazonians and want to have an argument with them. They are not fighting anywhere.
You are very correct.
Where are they fighting?
You are very correct. And that is why I was asking him, why are they not organizing and doing something just the way we are doing? Right. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, time is gone.
Fighting for Amazonia, and at the same time, they are calling us Anglophone citizens of Cameroon, the northwest regions of Cameroon.
All right. Please, I have to run. I will be out of here. Let me get to the other callers. Thank you for the call.
Okay, thank you.
So let me make a point.
Hello.
Let me make a point.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yes.
Can you turn down the volume of your television set in the background, please?
Yes, good evening, sir. I'm calling from Angola. This is Alaji.
This is Alaji. All right. Go on. You have 1 minute. Quickly.
Yes, I just want to inform that fit pastor sitting near you in that panel.
No. You don't call to insult. If you want to address him as a pastor, that is okay, but don't use the word fake, please. Go on.
Because, yes, that pastor, I want to send a strong message to that pastor that we shall never lay down our weapons. That shall never happen. He should not dream that Ambazonia shall lay down the weapons, and in any way that shall never happen. We are still fighting for more guns to fight La Republique to Cameroon. We shall never and never, that pastor should not dream that we shall ever lay down our weapons. No, that shall never happen.
All right, thank you.
He is talking about federation because we are holding the guns. If that guns are not there, he will not sit there and talk about federation.
All right, thank you. Let me get to other callers. Thank you. All right, let's get to the next caller here. Hello.
Comrade Chris, good afternoon. This is Sama Thomas calling from Belgium.
Good afternoon, sir. You have 1 minute. Quickly, I have to leave.
Thank the way you've defended Comrade Kennedy. But the question I want to pass to Comrade Kennedy, like you've said, why are they not forcing La Republique? Because Comrade Kennedy and his comrades are the majority in Southern Cameroons. So if La Republique organize a United Nations referendum in the Southern Cameroons, they, the federalists, will vote in favor of La Republique. So why are they not forcing Paul Biya to organize a referendum in the Southern Cameroons?
Very good question.
Supervised by the United Nations. Why are they not demonstrating in the streets of La Republique, advocating for an organized referendum to seek the opinion of the Southern Cameroon people and the federalists, of which they are in the majority? Then secondly, to Comrade Kennedy, why is he Southern Cameroonians Anglophones? Is there a territory or a people on the planet Earth that are called Anglophones?
Very good question. All right, thank you, sir. Let me get the last caller and we will call it a night. Hello. All right, when you call, you have to be on your phone. Hello.
Good afternoon, Comrade Chris.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Chairman Patrick. All right, go on, sir. 1 minute.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. I just want to applaud Mr. Kennedy for coming to the show. And this is a demonstration of how the Ambazonian society is going to be built, because we have to come out with the best ideas to debate and see who has the right idea to govern or to rule Ambazonia. But the last thing I'm going to say here is, the unfortunate thing is those who are ruling Cameroon do not have any understanding of what governing is. They all came through a NAM, where in a NAM they tell them that they are the state. They call them vous êtes d'État. So they call them they are the state. They don't think they are there to serve the people. They are not servant leaders. That is why they don't care about the Cameroonian population. So at this point, federalists should never think that the government of Cameroon will ever come up one day and say, oh, we'll give you any part of governing and as federalists. So we Ambazonians are going to fight until these guys are going to back out of Ambazonia, or they will come out and negotiate with the Ambazonian population.
All right.
Go away peacefully. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is the last caller I'm picking here. Hello.
Mr. President, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Can you turn down the volume of your TV in the background, please?
Yes, I've turned it.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mezam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank you for the work you do.
Thank you. What is on your mind?
Yes, I want to talk for that Mr. Pastor.
Say that their thing when they talk so may they stop them because we mammy them. We they still find a way for go practice for fight this war for take country. So that their thing when they work at dangle so may they stop them. Now all that, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a great night there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to get out of here. And fortunately, comrade, I will bring you back. We will continue this conversation, but I will give you 1 minute, please. Just round up from all the contribution, the callers. You can tell the tides are against you and the Federalist movement. But I give you 1 minute to please make your case.
Yeah, I mean, Comrade Chris, coming on this your platform, I knew where I was going to. So if I wasn't ready to hear all what my brothers and sisters said, I would not come here. I understand what they're saying because we all share the same pains. We have one common enemy, but we have different ways of dealing with this situation. So it's not being a federalist is not out of weakness. It's out of a strong resolve of my spirit not to allow Bia to dictate what I should believe in. Because I believe in federalism before Bia released his guns and killed my people in 2016. And it's not because Bia killed my people that I'll change and follow his track. I'll stay where I am. I'll continue the fight as a federalist for a Cameroon that our founding father put together in 1960. And I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come here. I come. Probably you've not convinced me, and I've not convinced you, but we had a conversation.
All right. Thank you very much. Again, I will get you back. I wish I had a little much more time to open the phones and to continue with the show, but I promise I will bring you back and we'll continue this discussion. You have a great night out there, sir. And for all of you out there tuning in, thank you for tuning in. This was so great. And I look forward to being back here on Monday. This is Thanksgiving week in the USA and everywhere will be shut down, and so live broadcast on the ABS2. But of course, you will have the regular programming. Before I go, I'd like to remind all of you again of the launching on December 9. The launching on December 9 of Ambazonia's diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C. 600 Massachusetts Avenue in Washington, D.C. on December 9. We're going to be having a cream of who is who in the Ambazonian struggle for independence at that event in Washington, D.C. And I hope that Comrade Kennedy will come there and patronize us, even though we disagree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and please, you have a great night.